but no one was staying alive. In Mexico, your folks did not know we were trying to kick dope in Mexico. 1, 2, 3. My grandson is 4 years old.
Hi, this is Val
And Aaron.
from Kia V. We're on the road. Woo! We're in Georgia. Yep. Just south of the Tennessee border. Stopped at a nice park and doing some swimming out on the lake. We're taking some time to answer the questions that you guys posted in celebration of us reaching our fundraising goal, which is thanks to you guys. So this is your video.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks to all our fans who made it possible for us to go on tour. We just got done actually replacing 2 batteries in our bus and just some regular maintenance that probably would have kept us stranded if we didn't have the money. So anyways, the questions. James Rowe asks, if you could go back and meet anyone in history, who would it be? Aaron, you want to start?
Yeah, James, this one is so easy for me. Thank you for giving us an easy question. Frida Kahlo would be my one pick for who I would like to meet. She's a Mexican artist, and she has done a lot of great work. She's no longer living, unfortunately, but I relate to her and her work, so it'd be nice to have a cup of tea with her or something.
Mine would be Jesus. Steve Gibson asks, if there were one band you could reunite, or even a solo performer, alive or not, you get to play at your private backyard party, who would it be? Mine would be Nirvana. Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah, I'll go with Nirvana too.
Cool. And Robert Bachman asked, paper or plastic? And we were talking about this.
We had some debate.
Yeah, I say paper.
I thought you said plastic.
No, you said plastic because you said it was like easier.
No, I said paper.
No, you. Okay, I guess we're saying paper. We're going with paper, Robert.
Nicole English asks, what made you want to get into music? Well, I mean, I started in orchestra and chorus in elementary school, but I didn't really develop a desire to be a part of music until I was older. And the first time I actually did expressive or avant-garde music was when Val asked me to be a part of Kia V, and that was in 2006 after I had returned from living abroad in Ireland. At that point, I was allowed to take my classical instrument, the viola, and manipulate it in ways that were very experimental and ways that I found fun. I guess that was it. And then I started studying other bands that were doing the same thing, like Rasputina, taking their cellos and looping them through effects pedals and doing crazy stuff with their voices and things like that. And I just became very inspired, and that's kind of when I got into music.
I could really talk a lot about that question because there are different times that I
Nirvana.
picked up music, set it down, picked it up, set it down. But the last time that I picked it up and didn't set it down again, it was basically because, I mean, I've always been musical. Like, I've always had like musical thinking. Never really learned how to read or trained on an instrument besides I played in the band in middle school, but I think like just for me it was like a necessity because I was taking a lot of things out of my lifestyle and I needed to put things in, and music just happened to be there in my time of need.
Jess Page, will you be touring in the north, like say upstate New York?
We did recently start playing in Rochester, so check it out because we'll probably be coming around back to Rochester soon. We really like Rochester.
Garrett, what's sung in the background of Squash about a minute in behind the watermelon across the sea part? I think it's the I'm a Pisces, you see.
Yeah, you're right. I was thinking about that.
Caleb, What is each of your favorite shows in the past 5 years? Top 3 from each of us would be cool. Also, are Alex and John in a secret beard growing competition?
That's a complex question, Caleb. Top 3 shows. I'd have to say
In the past 5 years.
5 years. I mean, Absorb shows were always cool.
Which is the Williamsport Music Festival that Val and I and a group of our friends worked really hard together to put on for the artistic and musical and just community overall.
It was kind of more than just a show. It was like a really big goal that we accomplished on top of it.
My favorite show from our tour so far was in Johnson City, Tennessee, at the Acoustic Coffee House. There were people popping and locking, and also people interpretive dancing to our music, so that was really awesome. Great response. We really plugged in with the people there. They understood what we were doing and saying, and they appreciated it so much, and we appreciated them so much.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. That's been our best show on the tour so far. For me, all my favorite shows have been more recent, because I don't think I actually felt comfortable playing in front of people completely to where it wasn't riling me up inside to do it until recently, within the last year, maybe within the last 6 months. A bunch of our friends came out from roller derby after their the adult prom to our bullfrog show.
That was cool.
And that was the first time I think I ever felt completely comfortable with what I was doing. I wasn't so nervous. We played the bullfrog enough times. So that was a good show for me. It was so great to see everybody. So we've been so busy with getting ready for the tour that we haven't even seen people. That's all of our questions. Oh, the secret beard growing competition?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Should we let them answer that?
Yeah, we'll let them answer that. Alright guys, we're going to leave you with a little homage to Georgia, a little song. We did not grow up listening to old blues like Ray Charles and the likes, but we did grow up on some 90s country. So we're about 15 minutes from the Chattahoochee State Park, so we're going to leave you with this song by Alan Jackson. Awesome.
Way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie coochie. We laid rubber on the Georgia asphalt. We got a little crazy, but we never got caught. Down by the river on a Friday night, pyramid of candles and pale moonlight. Talked about cars and dreams about women. We never had a plan, just living for a minute. All way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. Thought about living and a little about love. Thought about living and a little about love. Yeah, we locked up the windows in my old Chevy. I was willing, but she wasn't ready. So I settled for a burner and a great snow cone. Dropped her off early, but I didn't go home. Down by the river on a Friday night, pyramid of candles and pale moonlight. Talk about cars and dreams about women. We never had a plan, just living for a minute. All way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. Thought about living and a little about love. Thought about living and a little about love. Well, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. Not about living and a little about love. Not about living and a little about love. Yay! Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. 3. My grandson's 4 years old. He's playing house, he's washing dishes like it's some story